Hello, good morning, afternoon, and evening. You're on to Augustine, and I'm here to give us a quick broadcast. Now, if you're just coming into my broadcast for the first time, I would appreciate if you can do subscribe to my channel and also give me a thumbs up. If you are in agreement with the information I'm passing across. Now, I'm a broadcaster. Among the many broadcasters, thousands of broadcasters in our Kringle private society. And my broadcast today is going to be very short. The title of my broadcast is Negativity is Not Allowed in Our Kringle Private Society. And I'm also going to talk about a few things. And when I do so, I'll close my broadcast. And that'll be all. So do stay with me while I share some of our content briefly and then call it quits. So let me share my screen. Okay, my screen is now being shared. Now, before I go into this content, this is our new private blog. Before I go into this content, let's go to marketing. Under marketing merchant list. Now, under merchant list, you find out that we have the highest existing merchants in our community. In the cryptocurrency space, we have the highest number of merchants. Some merchants may not be accepting Kringles at the moment. Some of them are under the distributor level or category. But at this point, there are systems that are being put in place to make sure that merchants begin to accept Kringles. They are going to willingly testify that they are accepting Kringles from members in the Kringle community. As little as 10% should suffice. And the concept that the builders will have is to tell the merchants to make a simple broadcast so that they can have members within the community patronize them, especially when those merchants have their merchant application. And the merchant application will also help to extend their relevance to their immediate customers or clients, as the case may be, so that these clients, after they have explored the merchant application, they can also become members and enjoy the 10% discount, provided they have chosen a subscription plan to enroll with starter level, billionaire level, millionaire level. You see, it's a process before merchants accept Kringles as much as 50% or more. At this point, our members are still very little. We haven't grown to 10 million. We haven't grown to 50 million. You see, when we have grown to 50 million, you see, merchants will be rushing to accept Kringles because Kringles is people oriented. Kringles are backed up by the value of people. It is not backed up by a pile of rocks, it is backed up by people. And it is weighed on based on grains of gold. That is, we measure our value on grains of gold. So our merchant value or the perceived value is seen from how many merchants accept the merchant application. As little as 10%, we are working on a chain, which is the supply and the demand chain. Once that chain of distribution is completed, then the value can go up from 10% to 20, 50, 100. It's all a factor of being able to reach out to a particular manufacturer that deals on production of some things and then go down to the wholesaler to accept a percentage in Kringles, then go down to the retailer and then go down to the consumer. It's this chain that we're working to complete. And when we have completed it, people who specialize in products from the manufacturer down to the consumer will be able to replace their system on Kringles and not on cash. Cash remains a depreciation asset, and the elites are trying to somersault the system so that cash becomes absolutely irrelevant. And then they have a centralized platform upon which they will run the world. And we are speaking contrary and against their tyrannical approach. Now, people are saying TBC is not spendable. Have you have you seen the existing merchant? Let me show you from where I am. The existing merchants that are in the community from where I am. I am in Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. And these are the existing merchants. These merchants are not doing bad after all. It's a good start for us to build. Now, this is Nigeria, Federal Capital Territory, Nigeria. When you look at these merchants, you feel they are small. These merchants are over 50. These merchants are over 100. They are building and they are building fast. Now, all of them may not be accepting Kringles yet, but the wider the merchants we have, the more liquid Kringles can become, because once this merchant knows that this one is a member, why? You can accept Kringles and then they can easily interact with each other. And it is also necessary that the members who are in this community, who are builders, should from time to time keep in touch with their clients or merchants. Send them emails, call them, interact with them, be free with them. If you fail to do that, then you are not able to grow the community. You know, there is a particular update on the blog that came up, how to follow up on your downlines, how to follow up. Following up is the fundamentals. In as much as you don't want to create nuisance, you want to be very, very professional. And then being professional has an approach. You should figure it out. Use your intuition to figure it out. This is the concept. TBC is not an MLM. TBC is a corporate organization, but there is a bit of follow-up because we are building it under a network structure, and that network structure only has an upline and a downline, no more, no less. Now, let's also look at another place that is doing very well. That's Lagos. Let's look at Lagos. Lagos is doing very well. And then when you click here, you'll find out that you see how densely populated Lagos is. Now, this population density of merchants, it will be so easy to accept as little as 10% with the participating merchants. The thing is that many people still do not even understand how the technology of the Kringle society works. Some people do not even know how to use their wallet. Well, a 24-hour live interactive video and broadcast and people will be available next week, so that if you are a new member or you are a merchant, you can easily plug into that system and learn, and you keep learning. We are also building a system where merchants can come in and plug in to understand how the system works. We are trying to build in a perfect level of simplicity. We are simplifying things for all our merchants to be able to use Kringles. We only need 10% participation level. We're not asking for so much. 10% participation level, and all of your clients, if they pay their subscription fee, you are getting a 50% residual. You see, this thing is just simple. It's not something to keep saying again and again. We are empowering you as a merchant. It doesn't cost you anything to be a part of us. You are not losing anything. Instead, you are gaining. You can imagine the goods you have, and then there are a huge number of customers who do patronize you. You find out that you are able to make turnovers of your goods within a shorter period of time. Previously, it could take you as much as 6 months. But because you are offering a 10% discount in the sense that instead of paying in 10%, 100% in cash, 10% will be in replacement of Kringle coins, and then 90% in cash. And then instead of 6 months turnover, it is reduced to 3 months turnover. So that means you are doing well in your business, plus the residual income you make from your profits. I mean, if you are a merchant, it's a welcoming idea. These are the two things I want to say. So I do not know why people choose to be negative. They don't want to work, they refuse to read, they refuse to learn, and still they are the ones discouraging others. In my own opinion, that's ungodly. That's wrong, because the elites are enslaving and are working hard to enslave. This idea of quick gratification syndrome, it's not going to help you. So it's either you wake up from your slumber and act, or you bear the responsibility of being evicted, because our private society, in as much as we go about making decisions democratically, still we have a kind of system that does not permit nuisance. If you are a nuisance, you will find your way out very shortly. So I don't know. If you are a part of them that is enjoying such, you should consider your ways. All right. I think I've said enough on that. Now let's go to the last content for today. Now it's this. On your own, you could read up on your CBC prospect. I'm not going on that. On your own, you could look at the second one. This is the one I'm talking about. I want to talk about, and this guy is a troublemaker. I don't know why people choose to be troublesome. I'll just read this article very briefly, and then I'll call it quits. Now, this guy's name is Rahman. I don't know about this. Saidor Rahman is going about and speaking negatively about the TBC community on social media. And he is asking, he is strongly saying that we shouldn't pay the subscription fee. If you are not paying the subscription fee, do not continue to contaminate other people. You could keep your opinions to yourself. You claim that TBC is worthless. And at this point, your coins are 2,364 in your wallet. And you have been constantly being negative. You should refer back to our question 10 under our education system send button test. For those of us who may not have gone about the send button test, come into education, the last send button test, click on it, and then take the test. That gives you a general overview concerning our policies, our terms and conditions, and all the rest in our community. So at this point, his buttons has been turned off, but in my opinion, having your buttons turned off is not sufficient. There is more to that. Now, this is a clarion call. Let's find out the meaning of clarion call. Meaning of clarion. Okay, clarion means loud and clear. Clarion means loud and clear. Now, a shrill, narrow-tubed war trumpet. That's when you blow that trumpet, it means you are declaring war. So the administration is giving a clarion call to all who are willing to take part in this to come in. So I invite him, the administration is speaking. I invite him to debate me directly and verbally in the mass adoption meeting tomorrow. Now, this is a troll, okay? And for you to understand how much of a troll he is, I can dare to say that this guy is not even going to come in our mass adoption meeting. You see, evil has the way it operates. It has its own deceptive way. And when you are doing something evil and then the light shines on you, you go into hiding. You wouldn't want to reveal yourself. Now that's wicked. If you're unwilling to reveal yourself, then you are a coward. And I can dare to say that this guy will act as a coward. He won't come out because he doesn't hold water in the substance he has. It's an empty vessel, a broken vessel that does not hold water. So he's just speaking. He has not made any investigations. He has not done anything. He has his own mind and he's working on that mind. And he has actually shot himself with a double barrel on his knee. That's what he has done. He has used a double barrel to shoot himself on his two knees, meaning that he will not be able to walk again, except a good operation is carried out on him so that he can begin to walk with clutches. That's the extent of damage he has created. So I invite him to debate me directly and verbally in the mass adoption meeting tomorrow, which is today actually. Now, this is a very, very sensitive response or sensitive statement, regardless if he shows up or not for the debate. Evidence will be presented to the mass adoption team that show up, and we will vote on his membership within the TBC. It's obvious that he has been ruled out of the community. But I'm just an individual. It has to be done democratically. And I believe that the rest of the TBC community will share my thoughts and know that, man, this guy is not worthy. If you are not comfortable with a system that has stayed for 5 years, then I think you should be reasonable enough to keep your opinions to yourself. That is how a matured person should be, not childish, venting your own craziness and all that. It is unlawful to attempt to destroy TBC as a member of the community. Don't be cancerous. That's the bottom line. Now, if the mass adoption team sees the need, he will be voted out of the TBC community forever. Now, this one is very sensitive. And this one was what puts a bit of, shiver in my spine. That face will never be able to rejoin TBC again. You see, at this point, we have not perfected our facial recognition technology. Look at this guy's face. The level of facial recognition that we are trying to build is the type that is matching the same technology that the elites are using to track all of us, because they are building a technology where nobody will be able to have privacy to themselves. But we are building an alternative and a direct opposite to what the elites are doing, though it is the same technology. This is to enslave, this is to free, but it's the same technology. Now, if we use that technology for good and they use it for bad, whoever wants to be evil in a good system, that technology that is originally designed for good will turn around for evil, and then will witch hunt the person and render this person absolutely useless. It is not a thing of doubt. TBC will become a pure alternative when the elites has clamped down on humanity using their controlled system, and there is no other option. Nobody wants to lose their privacy. Nobody wants to own nothing and be happy. It is contrary to the opinion of Klaus Schwab and those people that has the agenda of the World Economic Forum. We are in direct opposition and we are not hiding it. We are saying the whole truth. So if this guy has chosen to use a double barrel to shoot himself on his two knees, it means that when the elite clamps down on them, he will follow the elite and become someone that loses his whole privacy. He becomes absolutely a transhuman, and it is because he chose that path. It's unfortunate. People make decisions, foolish decisions, without them even knowing that they made foolish decisions. Well, I'm not the only one to decide. I believe that the mass adoption team, I don't think any reasonable person will vote contrary to what I am saying, because we have worked hard to keep this team moving and we are still working hard, and God's grace has been there for us. I really wonder if you have been among those complaining, it means you are not a builder, you are a complainer, you are a vain person. Now, let's conclude. I suggest all Tibetians, listen, there is a difference between Tibetians and Kringlers. Kringlers are those who don't have one TBC. Millionaires are Kringlers. Billionaires are TBCians. So where are you? I believe you may not have up to one TBC. Then you are a Kringler, not a TBCian. That's why it is the Kringle private society, because majority carries the votes. The majority will be Kringlers, just a fraction will be TBCians. TBCians are those who have enough in an economy of the Kringle private society. That's why they are TBCians. So I suggest all TBCians to take the billionaire positions in the TBC community seriously. We don't need members sabotaging TBC from within. We don't want to be cancerous. It is when your own system turns against you and begins to kill you, you become cancerous. And over time, it kills the person. That's what this guy wants to do. And he's spreading his negativity, and we will not tolerate such thing. They have they can leave and be critics from the outside. This is also very sensitive. For the administration to say they can leave and be critics from outside means you have lost your stewardship as a member in the community. I want you to think about it. Builders work too hard to allow destroyers to wreck their hard work with their nonsense, because they are doing nonsense. And this is a firm warning and a notification, a clarion call and warning to those who will misbehave. People have to be taught examples. If you're not learning by examples, well, I don't know. I believe this will stand as a note of warning to those who will want to act funny. If you want to act funny, you are welcome. One thing is that we are building towards global mass adoption. The elites has already designed their technology, and as time unfolds, they'll begin to implement it using the law, the governments, and every other system, including the banks, and all these their crazy vaccines and all that. He that has an ear, let him hear. I have finished my broadcast. All right. So Brother Tindi came in and said hello. So thank you for saying anything. I really appreciate for your updates. And I got your notification. Thanks for your notification. You understand what I mean? Yeah. So thank you very much. Till I come your way again, to have a wonderful day. Cheers and God bless you. Bye for now.